Welcome to the Creative Plane Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Right, class, settle down. You there, boys, grab yourself. It feels good, actually. It feels like what I've always wanted. A church of my own. This is the beginning of the Professor Mental cult. I'm glad you should all join us. So, I've been gone from Old Tucson and Wild Wild West Con8 for a few years, and frankly, your country has fallen into disrepair. I leave you alone for like 2 years. Like, if we weren't such a shambles, I could be a lot more smug about it, but sadly, you've got our own thing going on. So I should just to clear things up as well, because the first thing that I've been lucky enough to do since coming back here, so thank you all for agreeing to have me back. There was I just want to get this out of the way, because I was chatting to Robert from Abbey Park, who was here last year. Was anybody here last year? Yes. So we were chatting, and he said that there were people coming up to him and saying, "Oh, we heard Professor Elemental was supposed to be here, but he didn't turn up because he was being too much of a diva, making too many demands." Now, I want to just say that those rumours are absolutely true. I know there's not separate rumours about someone with a visa, that's nonsense, and under the visa, they just weren't paying me enough gold doubloons. And now they're giving me a sack of doubloons, and we can't use pounds anymore since that whole Brexit thing. And also, while I'm here, I just want to clear up some other steampunk rumours, because that's one of the things I've noticed. Rumours do get around in the steampunk world. We will get onto the panel in a minute. Other steampunk rumours that I want to clear up are the rumour that steam-powered giraffe are actually real robots and not human. That's true. The rumour that Robert from Abbey Park keeps all of the members of Abbey Park when they're not on tour locked in a dungeon so they can't leave the band. Also true. And as we probably know, Frenchie and the Punk, now the French, no punks. The whole of Steampunk is built on a throne of lies. So I'm doing 2 panels during this lovely weekend. One panel is going to be a really carefully crafted talk on creativity, the meaning of success and happiness, and everybody's kind of creative journey. That's not this panel though. The good one's tomorrow. This one, I thought, since I've been away for a bit, what you all probably need is the advice of an Englishman who hasn't slept for 48 hours.
I was so want to know the meaning of why.
Well, in time, just hang on. They're not there yet, but I will sort it out for you. So, if you have any, I thought I'd do a kind of Q&A thing. So if you've got any questions, either about me as a professor, or Professor's Adventures, or steampunk, or creativity, or if you've just got some shit going on, and you want me to sort it out for you. I won't pick on anybody, but put your hand in the air if you've got some stuff you're dealing with at the moment, or you know someone who has.
Who does? Right?
Yeah.
Come on, who does?
I mean, there's the honest people over here, and all of you liars over there. Most of us are going through some stuff. If you look at the person next to you, take a good look deeply into their eyes, slightly longer than this. You should know that whoever you're sat next to, whatever you're going through in life, we've all got our particular burdens to carry, we've all got our stuff that we carry that no one else does. Whatever you're going through, the person next to you is going through worse. And since we're Steampunk, probably much weirder as well. I take great comfort in that. But yes, I'm here to solve problems and answer anything about anything at all. Starting now. You, sir, what's up?
Yes, I was wondering what sauce you recommend for eating your hat like you did in Sky Shark.
Oh, yes. In the song with Steampunk Giraffe, I did promise that I'd eat my hat. I can't remember why I said I'd do it as well. Probably just because I was hungry. For hat eating, I grind up other hats into a small fine dust, which I sprinkle over the original hat. You get a mixture of hat-based flavours.
This is so good, right?
So, how can I help you?
Irish whiskey or Scotch?
Irish. Good question. They both seem to be really peculiar. Don't know if anyone's ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that bit where the cartoons are made to drink alcohol. That's what I'm like if I'm given stock. That time that I was here and I stole that big American flag and I woke up wrapped in it and there was loads of trouble, that was because I'd drunk loads of scotch. Nobody gave me scotch. Gin is the answer. Madam Roden. Yes, Madam, how can I help?
Are you going to Clockwork?
Am I going to?
I think it's Clockworks and just outside of San Francisco.
That sounds nice. What is it?
Clockwork Cafe.
Oh, Clockwork Cafe, that's really nice. If anybody hasn't ever been, Clockwork Cafe is lovely.
Yeah. Are you going?
No, I'd love to, but America did not want me to come here. I had to work really hard. They were not keen. They must have looked at my Twitter feed and thought, no. That was horrible. So no, sadly not.
Okay.
But I do recommend that to other people. Like Steampunk conventions are great because they are all very much of their place as well. Like if you go to a sort of New York one, it's very different one in San Francisco, isn't it? And like if I go to the European ones, they all just look like ridiculously good looking. And in England, it's just loads of people in top hats just laying around really drunk. Is this Steampunk Club sort of? Yes. Oh yes, what were you going to ask?
Did you have a visa or you're illegal?
Where? I used to come over. I did loads of conventions in the good old days. I used to just swan on over and just say that, and they'd say, "So you're coming to San Francisco for a day?" I'm very patient. I don't stick around. And then one time I did get caught out, basically. And now I've got this black mark. You can see when I go through customs, I've got all the right paperwork, and I kind of get there, and it's like, "Okay, Mr. Aubrey, you're all set." You'd like to come with me, sir? And I have to sit with loads of really nervous people. Terrified, none of us thinking that we're going to get in. And eventually, you have to run the. They don't make it easier. If you go to like Canada to do a gig, if anybody knows it, if you go to America to do a gig, you have to spend something like $3,000 on getting a work visa to come and do this. And then you have to go and have an interview in London, and they'll judge you and send you on
One show.
But just for doing any shows over here. If you're doing Canada, the advice is bring a CD. Bring a CD. People have a look at your CD, let you in. It's lovely.
So Canada used to be, I don't think they are anymore, they were a member of the UK.
Well, they did the Empire.
It's been a while. Well, when my third wife, she was Canadian, So,
Well, Canada basically they're taking all the good bits of both of our countries, haven't they, and squishing them together. The only difference is where we're like we're as polite as them, but they actually mean it. We're all secretly being horrible. Oh yeah, thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah,
Speaking of Canada, do you think they'll have a Grand Canadian this year?
I don't think
We
they
were
do.
so impressed.
I know, it was lovely, wasn't it? There was a lovely convention called the Grand Canadian Steampunk Expo thing. They're all good something like that, aren't they? Yeah, lovely, but I think they all just got tired. That's what happens at steampunk events. It's just too much go, oh, enough. Yeah, so sadly, I don't think so. I'm on the lookout for more Canadian adventures.
I think it's because my ex-wife still lives there. She broke it.
I feel like after this panel, you and me, we need to get down to grass. It's a whole life coaching thing. That's the next step on. You do have to watch.
Buy you a margarita.
But watch for Canadians. I mentioned it. There's some of them are doing tomorrow night. Canadians are really dangerous because they seem all really nice. But don't drink or smoke with the Canadians.
Don't marry them.
Honestly, I mean, fine.
That's out of the year.
Yeah, exactly. What else are they going to do? That's exactly right. Anyway,
You're such an age, you're pissing them off right now.
What do you find if you deal with it? Dealing with imposter syndrome. The feeling that you're...
Yeah, there's bloody imposters everywhere. I've always seen people.
Oh, of
Punch them in the face, that's what they do. I know, they're feeling like you don't deserve it.
Right.
But yeah, I get that a lot actually. Yeah, I think everybody who does creative stuff, if they're not a dick, gets it at some point. If you don't get it, I think it would be quite weird, wouldn't it? It would suggest a confidence that you probably haven't earned, I think. So imposter syndrome is that thing if you're a creative person, particularly if you're doing it for a living, and you get any modicum amount of success, thinking, well, this is, someone's going to knock on the door any minute and say, excuse me, sir, you're not allowed to do this. I'm the reality, please, and you'll be back to work now.
Kind of like the Facebook guy, right?
What's that?
Kind of like the Facebook guy.
Which one? Is there that happened?
The Facebook guy, the guy who created Facebook, he's got all that.
I mean, he's a kind of imposter. He tends to be a human being.
Yeah. He's living pretty well,
But I think you have to acknowledge those feelings and then just get over them. It's as bad as the little mind monkeys that you have to deal with in your own head, or as worse sometimes than the criticism that you might get for your art up on the internet and someone has a go at you. And you have to sort of take them on board and then just plough on through. It's hard, and I don't know about anybody else. How many people do creative things in this room? Like when you start something, no one's like, oh my god, this is going to be the best idea ever, I'm a genius! And then the longer that you work on it, the more you start thinking, I don't know if making this mechanical lizard was a good idea. I spent £50,000. So it's quite hard. I think it's getting to the end of things. It can be the really hard bit. Finishing stuff off, I think, helps with the imposter syndrome because you've got that thing there, right, done, finished. And making like mechanical lizards, I only said that because I knew you were going to make it. And it's not a bad idea. It's the best idea I've ever heard. You would like to see giant mechanical lizards? Make some applause right now. See, that is unanimous. No one would ever say they don't want to see it.
You could ask the reverse. Does anybody not want to see a mechanical lizard?
Terrifying, I'm sorry.
Anybody got any issues that they're concerned with, maybe in the world? Anybody got any world problems I can take care of? Yes, sir.
What should we do about the person who's...
Well, that guy.
Yes.
I think the best, I was chatting to someone about this last night actually, and I think in his case there's two sort of points of attack really. Because from an individual point of view, you can feel quite helpless as well. And there needs to be times where you step away from the same with us with Brexit. Like at least with Trump, yours is quite exciting. It's like a big blockbuster disaster movie. Where ours is like this grey BBC drama. You just turn on the music like, "Edward Green, mate, back it up, all done, back it up, blah, 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 blah." God, these girls are like, whoa. So you probably have to take it to its full turn. I think firstly, you need to know when to ignore your president as much as possible and step away from it. I don't follow him on Twitter, because he's a bully, so the more attention you can suck away from him, I think that's really important. And also, then know when to take the piss as well, like those balloons that we did in London when he came to visit. He hated those, so that's worth doing. Because I think, pompous the pompous people really hate having the mickey taken out of them being too judged about. So just got to wait it out a lot of it though, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, I think with a lot of the stuff that bothers me in the world, if it's stuff I really can't affect, I was like, oh, how dare you have a meeting with North Korea? There's not a lot I can do about that with the best will in the world. I can get cross about it. So the best thing usually is just to go do something good with people locally, just like your charity does. Just go and find something nice you can do locally just to balance things out, even if it's just making you feel better.
A word of warning.
Yes.
We need to make sure nothing happens to the idiot, because who's in the wing? Pence!
It's a whole lose-lose. It's got exactly the same situation with Brexit. When you just look around, you've like, got nowhere, there's no way out of it. Sometimes it is alright to become less involved and step away. Yes, sir.
Why do we have to bring politics into a fun event and ruin the event?
How dare you, sir? I think politics does creep into things sometimes because it's sort of all around us. I sometimes get back and talking about political stuff on stage, and I won't tonight on Saturday because I'm pretty sure I'm getting someone else's country and suddenly rattling on about their politics can be a very dangerous thing. I do it in England a lot, and some people really love it and appreciate it, and some people say you shouldn't, but at the end of the day, particularly with hip-hop, even though I do silly hip-hop, art is political. Even if you say my art is not political, that is in itself a political statement. So I think politics does creep into art one way or another, and it's quite a good space to have a bit of discussion about as well. But a safe space, we all look ridiculous. So it's quite a nice place to talk about politics, and nobody gets too concerned. You're dressed as a giant wolf man, and I'm a middle-aged man in a film. It's like, I'm really angry. I'm not take it seriously.
Is there something else?
So any other problems? Yes!
Do you have any sort of, if you're like stuck on a big project, do you have any sort of like small things you'll do, like maybe keep your mind on it?
Oh, that's a really good question. So if you're really stuck on a big project or any projects, you have to, it's really hard to leave stuff alone, isn't it? You have to just really know that when writing a rhyme and they get stuck, the act of getting up and going to make a cup of tea, that's going to be like, oh, that's the word I needed. So you have to step away from stuff and then come back to finish it off. What kind of thing? What are you working on at the moment? What's your thing?
Well, it recently hit me, honestly, when I was making this costume. Like, I just did a boring, frustrating portion of this. But then I did some little sketches. I remember I did Inktober, and that helped me focus. Yeah. So just a little sketch of something, and it helped refocus my brain.
Yeah, and using your creative self, but using a different part of you, as you say, if you're in the middle of building and stopping to do some drawing, or if you're in the middle of writing and doing a bit of performing, that kind of stuff definitely helps. Yeah, it's hard though, isn't it? It's hard when you're really working and you really want it to go right. So stepping away from it seems like the least logical thing to do. The idea that you have to kind of move away from something to complete it is ridiculous a lot of times. And also, it's dangerous because I go, my default thing is, I'll simply have a bath. That's what I'll do. I'll go and have a bath. And then I realise I've read 7 baths in a single day. Just spend the day eating chocolate.
A company almost destroyed the hard gold. So,
I mean, that's like a riddle rather than a statement. A cup of tea almost destroyed the heart of gold. It's kind of like the beginning of a great adventure. Cup of tea can be a dangerous thing in the wrong hands. Well, particularly my shaky hands.
Well, you know the British guy Arthur.
Yeah.
The only person on board.
I remember that very well. I mean, that was when I was growing up. Quite like a lot of
Tied up
sci-fi.
the computer in the ball.
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, British sci-fi, like British steampunk, has always been a bit rubbish. But with the best will in the world, even if you are the most dedicated Scooby that ever there was, it's, you know, you can't overlook some of the crimes that have been committed. But that's also, you know, that's the homemade thing.
So a cup of tea is very dangerous.
Cup of tea can be dangerous in the wrong hands. That is definitely true. Yes, sir.
Not a problem, just a question. So, the defining characteristic of the steampunk still is our goggles. And Abby Park was saying that a few years ago in your class, what, besides getting drunk and being nerds, what does British steampunk look like?
What does it look like, sir?
Yeah.
Drinking.
It tends to be fairly, in a lot of ways, it's often quite minimal. There's a few people that really go for it, and you know, I just have so much respect for cosplayers who make the effort. But yeah, a lot of the times it's relatively minimal. And I'm a perfect example of British steampunk in that I've got charity shop trousers, didn't bother with the shoes at all, stole my original jacket, and I wear the cheapest possible goggles because I want to get drunk and live with them. It's a practical sort of look that we tend to go for. But there, you know, I'm sure there's cosplay groups that do like incredible stuff. I'm not doing them down, but I'm saying that it's a bit half-assed. That's just sort of my perspective. Yeah. Any other questions about sort of professoring or creative stuff?
What's your favorite science fiction franchise?
Let's have by show of hands what the general consensus is. Yours. Firefly, put your hands up. Firefly. You're Star Wars. Nah, you just said. You're huge out of hands like 20 votes. Star Trek. Doctor Who people here? Stupid really, like you can have one month. Movie. But not many people are just into Star Trek and nothing else.
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5. It's 1999. Yeah. That was brown, wasn't it? Sort of grey and brown, wasn't it? Space 1999.
That sucks.
I reckon all of the Terry Nation stuff. The Terry Nation did all of those, I think, Daleks. All of the Thunderbirds and things like that.
Thunderbirds. Yeah. Fireball XL5.
Yeah, I think that was probably my favourite sci-fi stuff growing up. I found it a bit spooky as well. It was kind of all a bit shonky and a bit weird and spooky. I'm more horror than I am sci-fi, so I tend to lean into less away from the sort of franchise and avoid just the terrible dark, like Adventure Horizon and stuff like that. I mean, I do your game. I think that's pretty much, you know, you all look like a group of people who came in here with troubles. Now, I've single-handedly solved them for you, and I feel good about that. And you should feel good about that.
Favorite steampunk-based film?
I can't think of any that I actually liked. Were there any good ones?
The Gentleman Explorers was pretty good.
Never saw that.
Okay.
Actually, you know that really rubbish film of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
But I basically, when I was first coming up with professional, I stole loads of ideas from the comic and the film for that first EP. Loads of it was nicked from, inspired by the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So that's probably my favourite steampunk film. Oh, that's another thing. I brought too much stuff with me. Please buy some of it. If you like things with my face on, I'm totally covered in every respect. A whole bunch of stuff there. Unless anybody's got any final questions, son?
If you don't sell all that, you should put that to bring your house.
No, I will have to live here. Forever hiding out in the upstairs room that the Old Tucson includes. Thank you very much for coming.
Hi guys! If you're a fan of reading like I am, and you've been looking to try out audible.com for audiobooks, we have a link for a free 30-day trial. So go ahead and check out audibletrial.com/Creative Play and Podcast Network. That's Audible, audibletrial.com/Creative Play and Podcast Network. Thanks!
I said right there, but you couldn't hear me.
Oh, damn it, I missed it. I'm sorry.
I'm wondering how. So there's a bunch of swag over there. Everyone wants it.
Shipwreck, comatose, drinking fresh mango juice, goldfish rolls, nibbling on my toes. Fun, fun, fun. In sun, sun, sun.
Nicely done.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Scouts in space.
T-Scouts in space.